the house flip. So I have Nick that pretty much facilitated this whole thing. Like you guys know, we bought this house a couple months back, but I'm gonna have Nick break down how much we paid for it, how much went into renovation, any mistakes that were made along the way, and what he plans to list it for in the next couple of days.
Yep. So we bought this house November 3rd for $281,000, I believe is all in with closing costs and everything. We actually listed the house for $320,000, trying to get someone to buy it before we actually rented on it. We had a lot of interest in it, which was great, but we didn't have any actual offers on it. So we started doing renovations. That took, I want to say, about 2 months for this whole entire project. Our original budget was $40,000 to $45,000. This was the biggest project I've ever done by far, so that budget that we set was kind of just somewhat of a guess for me. I think all in right now we're about $58,000, including the holding costs like utilities. We have water, trash, electric. Obviously, we have to have insurance on the property. So $58,000 with the renovations. We ended up adding on 246 square feet onto the property. So we're actually going to be planning on listing it about $25,000 over what we planned on doing when we first originally bought the property. We originally wanted to list it for $375,000. Our new target price is going to be listing it at $399,500. We're going to see what kind of traffic we get. I do believe we're going to get a lot of showings and stuff because we had 22 showings when we listed it previously, but this is a new price point. Obviously, we're probably going to get some new people that didn't look at the house before because they're looking for a move-in ready turnkey property. So I'm really excited to see what happens. We're actually going to list it tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Is there anything else? Mistakes? There's just like
what I want to cover is kind of just the numbers, and then we're gonna make sure that we break down the mistakes as well. So the first thing is the house was purchased for $280,000. One of the things that Nick really focuses on is making sure that the margin and the profit potential are there. A lot of people love to ask, you know, what is it that you guys look for in buying a good house? He always looks for, you know, there's like never an exact way on how to calculate it, but a goal is something to work towards. So we have a goal of at least making 20% profit on the properties that we take on. Obviously, Nick and I are simply just getting started. We actually have Lenny that's on my left-hand side right now, who a lot of you guys know. But one of the things that he focused on is, if you guys do the numbers of $280,000 for a purchase price through a wholesaler, we were originally planning to sell it for $375,000, but with the addition and the untold expenses, it just ended up being a little bit more. Now it would have most likely appraised for a little bit more, so right around $400,000, and we're in it for about $58,000 in repairs. That leaves us with a little bit over 17% in net potential profit, not including the commission. And luckily, Nick is an agent here in Arizona, so he's going to be taking on that project as well. So let us know in the comment section how you guys think we did when it comes down to the repairs. Nick just absolutely killed it in my opinion. I also want to make sure that not only do I talk about how much profit we can make on this property, being around $40,000, but for him quickly to talk about the mistakes that were made on this house flip.
I'd say the biggest mistake we had was actually getting the contractors in the right order. I actually had Lenny help me a ton with getting that ordered up. He came here multiple times to help me out with all of that, like the timeline of everything, so I do appreciate Lenny as well on that. And yeah, that was probably the biggest mistake, or the lesson learned, was just getting people at the right time, contracting wise, like for renovations and stuff like that.
And I think that's one of the most amazing things about this is, you guys know that this is the biggest project that we have taken on, so being able to facilitate those different contractors, again, was the biggest issue. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, comment those down below. If you guys would like to see future real estate videos, just make sure you drop a thumbs up. And everyone that partook in this real estate project, I'm going to link them down in the description. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.